You work so hard, at the end of the day, you send all your savings to your landlord. Listen, I know we all want to be free and have all the freedom, be independent, and have our privacy and everything, but the rent alone will traumatize you. The rent alone will traumatize you. I am not here to tell you not to move out of your parents' house yet. There are certain things you would want to consider and maybe hold on for a while because it is so worth it. First of all, it is going to help you save tons of money. Saving money is one of the huge things in every person's life as far as economic life is concerned. Talk about rent. I don't know about other countries, but here in Ghana, if you are living in Accra, some landlords do not even accept yearly payments. They accept 2 years advance payment. You would have to pay 2 years upfront in cash or bank deposits, but whichever way you are paying 2 years upfront. There are only a few cities in Ghana here who accept 6 months advance rent or 1 year advance rent. But if you are in the capital, you would have to pay 2 years upfront. If you get if you get a place that accepts 1 year, it's either that place is for expatriates, it's either it is hugely expensive because it's for students, maybe a hostel, which might not be your preference, which might not be your accommodation preference. And if you also live in an area where the standard of living is high, man, the transportation alone, you might decide to walk, but nobody will tell you to pick a car when you're coming back. And then talking about utility bills, I mean your water bills, your electricity bills, your refuse bills for Zoom lines come carry your refuse away. Some houses do take toilet fees, like they take toilet fees. When you're staying with your parents, you get to be excused from all these. You get to be excused from house rent, you get to be excused from utility bills, you get to be excused from using your money on renovations and everything. Some people even rent and go to the extent of constructing their own washrooms because they don't feel comfortable in the washroom at the compound house. And if you just graduated from school, there's the time to relax and give yourself the chance to go through the application process, go through the interview process, and actually give you that comfortability. And it will also help you to make good decisions when it comes to job offers, because when you're staying with your parents, you don't have that pressure to end up with any job at all. When you move out from your parents' house and you're staying alone, there's a tendency that you end up doing something that you have never wanted to do, because at the end of the day, you want money to take care of yourself, you want money to pay your rent. Your parents might be there to support you, but then they might not be entirely there to support you. There are certain jobs that would come your way, you would have to accept them and do them just like that, because you need that money to be able to take care of yourself. But when you are staying with your parents, all these things are excused. If you're a worker, you have a lot of time to focus on your work, and if you're a student, you have a lot of time to focus on your studies. Assuming you have a lot of siblings in the house, maybe you have one or two siblings, you don't have to do all the homework, you don't have to do all the chores. When you're staying alone, you have the responsibility to wake up. If you are in a compound house, you have to contribute to the cleanliness of the house. You have to wake up in the morning and sweep. You have to, if you share washrooms, you have to scrub the washroom at a time that you might actually be busy. Maybe on a particular weekend, you want to relax, you want to have your own relaxation, but you have to wake up very early and go and scrub the washroom. You have to wake up early and go and sweep. You have to wake up early and do certain things in the house that will contribute to the cleanliness of the house. But then if you are staying with your parents and you have some siblings with you, they will be the ones to be doing all those stuff, especially if you're a student. And if you're a worker as well, they'll be the ones to be doing all that. I mean, you don't have to necessarily put yourself in waking up too early or doing certain things at certain times that do not bring convenience to you. And you may not even have siblings, but then your parents might do certain things out of habit. I mean, our mothers end up doing our laundry all the time. And you realize that when you are working and you are supporting with paying bills and buying groceries and stuff, I mean, your parents give you that kind of respect. So it's not everything that they will call you to, maybe, because I come here, let me send you, or hey, Gerald, come here, let me send you. No. They most of the time exempt you. They most of the times exempt you from all those domestic chores and do it themselves out of the habit, or maybe your siblings would actually hop on them and then do it. I remember there was a certain time when I had to travel like almost every month, and I didn't even have time to wash my own clothes. Like, I didn't have time to wash my own clothes. Eventually I ended up buying a washing machine. The washing machine wasn't even helpful either. It wasn't as if the washing machine would come and grab my things and put it in itself, fetch water in itself, and start washing. No, The washing machine needs a human being. It needs time for you to stand beside it and then do your washing. I couldn't even wash my own clothes. I ended up sending them to the laundry. But then if I was staying with my parents, my mom does. Our mothers end up doing our laundry all the time. Say the truth. Say the say the truth and shame the devil. If you're a student, there will be so many times that you want to have time to study, quiet time to study. I mean, if you are staying alone, it gives you that affordability. But then if you are staying with your parents, it's even more nicer because you get somebody to fix your food for you, to cook for you. You get somebody to help you with your laundry. I mean, so many things. You get all the help that you need. Sometimes you just need words of encouragement. Sometimes you just need somebody to comfort you. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. If you are if you stay alone and you are single, who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to call? I mean, you may have friends, but your friends may not be there all the time. But if you are with your parents, they'll be there all the time. Even if they are not there all the time, most of the time, like 95% of the time, your parents will be there to support you, to give you all that moral support. And even talking about support and all that, there is no place like home. When you are sick, your parents will be there. There was a time that I felt very, very sick, and I mean, during the time that I was staying alone, of course. My mother had to come all the way from Kumasi just to come and see me, you know. And when she came, she brought all this healthy food. She came to cook for me. She came to take care of me. At that time, I was friends with my husband, and he came around to take me to the hospital. Like, he came around to take me to the hospital, and my mother came to stay with me, to take care of me, to cook for me. I mean, to make sure that I was okay, and also taking my drugs and eating well. And imagine I was staying with my parents. It would have been a whole lot easier. I mean, maybe I wouldn't have gotten too sick, you know. Even the presence of your parents and your siblings is enough for you to be alive. It's enough for you to feel more. It's enough for you to feel more healthy. You know, at the end of the day, you have people to talk to. If you need to even grab some cup of water, they are there to pick it for you to drink. There are some of us who didn't grow up into adulthood with our parents, so they don't really know the adults we've grown to become. You know, when you move out early, you tend to adopt a whole lot of new things which your parents might not be aware of. There are some people who change religions, who change place of worship, who change their cultural values. So sometimes it becomes kind of hard for your parents to adjust to the new adult you know. But then when you are with them, they see everything that is happening around you. They are aware of everything. So having conversations with them becomes a little more easier as against those of us who didn't grow into adulthood with them. And so when we are having conversations with them, we realize that there's some kind of this vast difference because it looks like they are not in your world. So it's kind of hard for them to get along with what you believe in, with what you have come to learn, and with how you live your life. But when you live with your parents, it's much more easier. Conversations are easier. It's easy for them to give you advice, even though there would be differences, but then it would not be that wide, you know. Staying with your parents give you the chance to spend more time with them and create that bondage with them. This is the moment to really serve your parents, to help them as much as you can. I mean, they have taken care of us for all this while. And if you are still staying with your parents, I think it's a huge blessing because you get a chance to help them as much as you can. When they are sick, you can take them to the hospital. When they are not well, you can be there for them. You can help them fix their problems. You know, they are growing old, and so this is the moment they need us the most. And if you find yourself with your parents, for me, I really consider it as a blessing. I mean, I think it's satisfying, and it's a whole therapy for you and your parents as well. I also think that it gives you the chance to not feel pressured, especially when you are thinking of getting married. You are not pressured to quickly get your own place. You are not pressured to buy your kitchen stuff if you're a lady. You are not pressured to go and buy your TV. You are not pressured to go and buy your bed. You know, when you are staying with them, you it gives you the chance to be able, like I was saying, it gives you the chance to be able to save a whole lot of money. And so once you are ready for marriage, you just go and rent, and then with your partner you put your money together and then buy all the things that you need for your home. So don't rush out yet. Don't let anyone deceive you that staying with your parents is bad. I know it has some disadvantages, but then to me, I really think it is so much important for you to stay with your parents. It will give you the chance to save a whole lot of money. You get enough time to stay focused on your work and on your school. You have a safe place to live in. You have people to comfort you. You have people to take care of you when you are sick. It gives you the chance to create more memories with your parents. and also the satisfaction of helping your parents and making them happy and also making you happy in the end. So if you are with your parents, it's a privilege. Have all the fun you can, learn from them as much as you can, take your time, prepare for life, and when the appropriate time comes, your parents will even hold your hands and walk you out of their house. So don't be in a rush if nobody is rushing you out. Don't be in a rush if you are very, very comfortable. This is what I have for you today. Do not be in a rush to move out of your parents' house as much as it is convenient for you. All the best and take care.